Hi, I'm Jen from the Chronicles of Home, and I'm going to show you today how to patch a wall crack the right way. And I've got, you can see behind me here, a pretty major one going on. I'm getting ready to paint the walls here in my daughter's room, and so this is the perfect time to do it because I want my paint job to have a really nice, perfect, smooth finish when it's done. And I have done this before. I have done it the wrong way, and the wrong way to do it is to kind of sand things down or scrape it out and smash some spackle in there and sand it down and paint over it. And the reason that's the wrong way is the crack comes back, and nobody wants that. So the right way to do it, I have discovered, is just as simple, and the crack does not come back. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. It's so easy. You need basically 4 supplies. This stuff here, which is called drywall repair tape, and it's self-adhesive, so it just sticks right over the crack. And then you need a pair of scissors to cut it. And you're going to want some joint compound and a putty knife. And you're also going to want some sandpaper, so actually I guess I should have said 5 supplies. Once it's all dry, you're going to need some sandpaper. But that's it. Let me show you how to do it. It's so easy. So grab your mesh tape here, and I'm going to line it up right where it starts. I want to cover every little bit of that crack. This drywall repair tape is what really keeps the crack from coming back. You can see how easy that just sticks right on there, right on the wall. And once I got that top part done, I think the rest of it I'm going to be able to just smooth down. Well, I got to cut a couple more pieces. Just keep the mesh tape going right over the crack. And then you'll see after I get this done that we're going to put the joint compound over top of the mesh tape. And that crack can't get through the tape. So the tape is really kind of the important part of it, the most kind of magical part of it. So you can see how fast that was. The mesh tape is already up there. Then grab your joint compound and your putty knife. And you're going to just smooth the joint compound over the mesh tape. And this does take a couple of coats, so I'm just doing my first coat here. You probably can't tell on the camera, but you can still see a bit of that mesh showing through. So I've done this before. I would say it takes 2 or 3 coats to get it where you can't see the mesh showing through the joint compound anymore. And you also want to go a bit wider than the tape, so you can sort of blend it into the wall. And you don't have, when you go to sand it down, you don't have an obvious line where the joint compound begins and where it ends. So that fast, I'm already finished with the first coat of joint compound. And like I said, you'll need a couple of coats. I'm going to let this behind me dry completely, and then I'll put a second coat of joint compound on top of that. And from there, you just have to look and see if you can see any of that mesh showing through still. If you do see some of it still, you let it dry and do the same thing again, put a third coat on. I've never had to do more than a third coat. Once all of your coats are dry, you get a sanding block out, sand it smooth, put some primer on top, and then you're ready to paint. This technique seriously is so easy. If you have cracks in your house, if you have holes from where you've had pictures hanging before, this is barely harder than just rubbing a little spackle over it, and the results are just so much better. The cracks, the holes, they don't come back. And if you're going to put effort into something like this, you may as well do it the right way and be done with it. You don't have to go back and do it ever again. So if you have this situation around your house, I know a lot of us do, whether you have an old house or a newer house, because houses settle and these cracks form, you can fix it yourself. And it's really easy, and you don't need a lot of special supplies.